afternoon, everyone. I want to say a special thank you to our parents and our prospective students, of course, for joining us this evening. So this is the American University of Nigeria Virtual Open House. We just felt this would be a very great opportunity for our team. I have our team here who will be able to interact, with our parents and with the students. And that's, one-to-one basis, so we can have that personal touch to our interaction. So without further ado, I would like to um, introduce or allow my colleague, starting from the lady to my immediate right, go ahead and introduce herself, and then we'll have every other person introduce themselves.
Good evening, distinguished parents and prospective students. I am Anula Kole, an admissions coordinator with the American University of Nigeria. I'm happy to be on this platform, and through the process, I'll be happy to walk you through the requirements of gaining admission to the American University of Nigeria. Thank you.
Good evening, students. My name is Ibrahim Sadiq Ibrahim, and I'm a major of entrepreneurship. So I'll be answering your questions if you have.
Good evening, all. My name is Leo Paul. I'm the Dean of School of Business, and I'm here to tell you everything you'd like to know about the school.
Thank you so much, Dean. So we'll go right into it, and I'm going to hand over to the Dean, who will walk you through the School of Business and Entrepreneurship, which is one of our super schools here. It's going to tell you everything you need to know, the programs we have, and most especially the prospects that are out there for you after you graduate from the American University of Nigeria. So, Prof, back to you, please. Go ahead.
Thank you, Chris. First, let me add my voice in welcoming the parents and hopefully the prospective students. In terms of the school, which hopefully you've taken some time to go over our information on the website, we are located in Yola, which is in Adamawa State, northeast of the country. And we have 6 different faculties. And the School of Business and Entrepreneurship, which we abbreviate as SBA, is one of them. Our focus is on entrepreneurship across all the programs. We have, in the school, we have 5 programs: accounting, marketing, finance, business administration, and entrepreneurship. First, to come into the School of Business as a student, you are required to earn credit on maths, English, and business accounts and economics. And then you should have the requirement. I think the admission will tell you more about that. But once you are accepted into the school, the first 2 years, based on our philosophy of liberal education, you'll be taking general courses from English, philosophy, and the sciences, mathematics. So the first 2 years is pretty much a general kind of coursework. Then in your 3rd and 4th year, what we call junior and senior year, your focus will be on your discipline. Now, the way it's designed, every student in the School of Business must have a certain foundation. And that foundation across the whole business faculty is accounting. Take a couple of courses in accounting to give you all the knowledge you need in basic accounting, finance, corporate finance and investment. Then you take course in marketing, entrepreneurship, general business, and that will build what we call your business foundation. The last year will be focused on your discipline. So the accounting students will take predominantly accounting courses. The marketing will take marketing and so forth. Now let me tell you something a little bit about that is unique about AUA or the School of Business. We are called School of Business and Entrepreneurship. And as you can see, half of the name emphasizes entrepreneurship. The founder, His Excellency Atiku Abubakar, had this in mind when he established the university. So entrepreneurship is not just a business focal point, but it's a university focal point. The purpose is we train students not only to graduate and have a degree, but to go out there and take the initiative of starting, running, and succeeding in businesses. So that cuts across all the business discipline, and also it cuts across all the other faculties, sciences, arts and science, law, and so forth. And in doing this, every student must take a one semester course in entrepreneurship, and that will cover everything you need to know about starting a business, from business plan to market survey, to seeking capital, all across to designing your strategy on how to grow. The second course, which cuts across all the discipline, focuses on real hands experience. Now, what do we mean by real hands experience? We mean going out there, starting a business, managing it, and turning in profit. So far, none of that effort has failed. We've been pleasantly surprised by our students. They've succeeded in starting ventures and close out the semester, which is within 2.5 months, with profit. And again, that record is unbelievable because in the real world, the rate of success of businesses is less than 30%. But so far, we've been growing 100%. So beyond that, we have, for those who are probably not in business, who want to strengthen their background, we have what we call minors. And there are minors in those 5 areas I mentioned, from accounting, finance, marketing, general business, and entrepreneurship. The minor is you only take 6 courses. Most of them you've already taken 2, so you need only 4 courses. Again, that is unique in the American system. If you compare that to the European system, they don't have minors. So a student who wants to study entrepreneurship, who wants to gain more insight in finance, could take 4 additional courses in addition to the two. And that goes across not just in the School of Business, and also in other disciplines. So I would try to break here. I know you have some questions, but our students have been very successful, both, as I said, in terms of starting and running their own businesses, taking over family businesses and run them successfully, and of course, going to graduate schools. One of the things AUN is known for is we have partnerships all across the world, in the US, UK, and in Africa. So our students can do a full 1-year study outside the country and transfer that credit at no additional cost back into the university. So you have a real foreign experience. While at AUA. So we thank you for joining us. I will look forward to.
Let me begin with the questions here. Aside students who are doing wonderful in graduate schools across the world, and then those that have landed jobs with big tech companies like the ones in Google, PayPal, we have some in the World Health Organization, United Nations. We also have students who have gone well to establish businesses. So what can you say about that unique aspect of AUN that begins to train these business owners right from the school? There's every semester students come up with business ideas where they come together, work on their business plans, and they contest. And the winners get about $5,000, to run a business for a semester. So what can you say about this encouraging aspect of AUN that begins to train business owners right from school year?
Okay. Thank you very much. Again, as I mentioned earlier, this was the vision of the founder. I should give him that credit. Way before the NUC, Nigeria University Commission, came up with the idea that every school should offer a 1-year compulsory entrepreneurship course. He traveled, and as a businessman himself, he saw the value added of real business education, entrepreneurship education. And that is what overlays our program. There are two things that causes failure in businesses. One is your inability to analyze risk. There's no doubt every business has risk. One of the things we make sure we train our students is to be able to identify opportunities and also be able to identify the risk that goes with those opportunities. For example, we have students who left here, have never worked for 1 day. Two started a transportation business, in fact, in Cameroon. And in less than 4 years, we just visited the student. He has a conglomerate of not just transportation, hotels, IT, but I will ask him, what is it that you gain from AUN? Is the ability to identify the risk, identify the opportunities, and then take advantage of those. And those are done through the coursework and the real hands experience while you're in the university. We actually take the risk of giving them $5,000 as a group. And then, because we are sure of how we prepare them, they're able to take that $5,000, which goes to about 2 million or more Nigerian naira, depending on the exchange rate, and turn that around. So it's like training for Olympics. What they have there is they are already prepared before the Olympics. So going out there into the real world, the students are very comfortable in running a business and being able to identify risks, manage the risks, and turn any opportunity into success.
Thank you, sir. So, Ms. Anu, go to you now so you can intimate prospective students on basic requirements and everything, the UNIADs, what it takes to gain admission into AUN.
Okay, thank you very much, Grace. For our prospective students, we would like to appreciate you for your interest in applying to the American University of Nigeria. So the application process for admission is very easy and straightforward. First of all, for students that are interested in studying in the School of Business and Entrepreneurship, you would need to be a business student from high school. What do I mean by being a business student from high school? You will need to have taken courses like Dr. Liu Upon said. You would need to have taken courses like accounting, economics, and then we know that generally in the Nigerian education, biology is compulsory. You would need to have credits in English and mathematics. And then for general school, you could take courses, extra courses like geography. You could take courses like data processing, technical drawing, and all of that. Those are added. But the 5 courses that you actually need will be English, mathematics, accounting, economics, and then biology. So once you have credits, at least credits in all of these 5 subjects, you are eligible to apply into our School of Business and Entrepreneurship. Now, once you send in your applications, we would review. Upon review, we would look at your JAM score, the combination of your JAM score. We'll look at how many credits you have obtained in your final examinations. Your final examinations will include NECO, WAEC, IGSE, if you're a Nigerian student. And then if you're an international student from other parts of the country, we already have outlined all the requirements you will need, which you can get more information from on our website. And our website is aun.edu.ng. So you get all of that information directly from our website. Now, once you have applied and we have reviewed and you have aced all the courses, you have the basic, you've met minimum requirements for getting into the schools, we will send you an offer letter. Now, an offer letter is an acceptance letter where you're intimated on what is obtainable for you. Your course will be indicated there. Any of the 6 courses that our dean has already mentioned, depending on what you have applied for. So I should say that when you are applying, we are not a typical Nigerian university where you apply for course A and get course B. Whatever course you apply for is the course you will get once you meet the minimum requirements. And should you not meet the minimum requirements, that's why the admissions officers are there. They will walk you through possible other courses that you can apply for. Now, once you have gotten an offer letter, the next thing you want to do is begin to arrange for resumption. Now, in your offer letter, your resumption date will also be stated. And then once you come into campus, you have an orientation period. Upon orientation period, after the completion of your orientation period, then voila, you're now part and parcel of AUN. Thank you.
Thank you, Anu. So I'll go down to Chris. As a student, I'm sure that our prospective students will feel more connected to you because you are young and they are young too. And I'm sure they would want to know what your experience has been so far. So please feel free to tell them your experience in AUN and every other thing you feel they should know.
Okay. Thank you very much. Once again, good evening, parents and prospective students. My name is Ibrahim Sadiq Ibrahim, and this is my 2nd semester in this school, and my major is Entrepreneurship and Management. So my stay in AUN has been really, really great because they put you through a lot of things and then they show you how the outside world is so that you will not go out and fail. I'm 100% sure if you go through this school, there's no possible way you will not make it. Because the business, as my dean said, you have a business on campus, you get $5,000 and then you change it to Naira. And surprisingly, no one has ever failed because there's not really loss. It's always profit, profit, profit. And that's really good for the school. So that's basically it. If you come to AUN, you'll surely do it. So
can you tell them a little about your interaction with your faculty? Because, we have a very small class size. So can you talk about that interaction with faculty? Because what most of them would want to know is, okay, when I come, am I going to be free to talk to my instructors? Am I going to, let go of my inhibitions along the line? So let's tell them how that relationship is with faculty.
Okay. The instructors in my own faculty, they are very, very nice, and you can meet them anytime you want, and they will always be there for you. They put you through everything. In case if you don't understand anything in the class, you can meet them in their offices and they will explain everything to you.
Okay, thank you. So we are open for questions. These audiences that have questions to ask, you can send them via text or call. We are ready to answer your questions. But before we begin getting the questions, and there's one aspect I would want you to, throw a bit of light on. When people hear our fees, they go, oh, that's not for me, they become scared. But to be honest, AUN school fees is not even something to be afraid of. Yeah, AUN school fees is very reasonable. It's just that when you add up so many things, so can you put people through that and give them a bit of insight into what the fee is like?
Okay, thank you so much, Grace. So that has always been a pain point, for admission officers when we're discussing with parents, when we're discussing with students, and then they hear the cumulative sum for our fees, and then everybody's, on the edge and all. But like I always tell prospective parents and students, I strongly believe that when you are willing to go for quality, you will be willing to pay the price. Now, in the American University of Nigeria, it is not like any other Nigerian university in the country. You're provided with water, 24-hour lights. You have access to Wi-Fi, all at no extra cost. All of this has been embedded in your school fees. So our tuition, especially for the School of Business and Entrepreneurship, is 1,110,000. And this is because you will typically take 15 credits, which is 5 courses at a unit cost of 74,000 each. Now, aside the fact that tuition seems to be high, you have faculty, world-class faculty. We have faculties from all over the world. We have faculties from US, the UK. We have faculties from Pakistan. We have faculty from India. You know, from everywhere. We won't have faculties from Ghana. We have faculty from Rwanda. You know, you have a world-class field where you are engaging with local instructors, you're also engaging with foreign instructors. So you have, it's basically as though you went outside the country. That's number one. Number two is the study abroad option, where you still pay the fees that you have in AUN, whereas you study in at least 27 other partner universities. And this is because we are part of the AAICU. It's a body of American colleges and institutions. And we have partnerships with schools from places all the way from Italy, we have in Greece, we have in Peru, we have in the US, we have in Ireland. You know, so when you have all these options and opportunities and the platform to, you know, access all of this, I honestly feel, Grace, I honestly feel that the school fees is not too much a price to pay, because, I mean, you go to other schools and then you pay a particular sum only to study in Nigeria, and then you have to start figuring out how you want to go outside the country. Then what we have done, because we understand how difficult the economy is sometimes for our parents, we have what we call the DPP plan, deferred payment option, where you're able to break your fees and then you pay installmentally over the course of 3 months. So by the time you sum up your fees, I break it into 3 different installments, and then you pay over the course of 3 months, which gives you the opportunity to breathe as a parent. So honestly, if you would listen to my advice, or if you take my advice, I feel like the school fees is very reasonable for the quality of education you're getting. And as a parent, you will definitely get return on investment. Like our dean has said, you know, you get 2 million naira to invest in a business that you can carry on to real life. So that's good investment. Thank you.
Thank you, Annie. So, Prof, would you like to throw more light on Annie has said?
Yeah, thanks, Grace. And I think you guys really fill the gap. So, let's talk about quality. And I'm glad they mentioned the opportunities of traveling abroad. But also, one of the advantages bringing experts from outside the country. It's cheaper to bring the best brain from, say, US to AUN to provide the knowledge that you will pay $50,000 US per year and go to US plus all the other things. And I, for example, came from the US, and the decision to migrate back to my country had a lot to do with the value I think I can add to the system. And that is the same thing when the school authority had that strategy of bringing the best. We look for the best faculty across the world. We have people from Ukraine, as you mentioned, UK, and we're talking of schools like Harvard, Wharton, Princeton, which are world-class Ivy Leagues around the school, Oxford, and to bring those kind of people into one place to provide education. I think the value when you take 1.1 million is really at a discount. But that is what the founder believes in, to give you the best value of education for the least amount of money. Secondly, In terms of student-faculty relationship, I believe a young man here can tell you we are open to students 24/7. The student can send you an email at 2 a.m. and they'll be surprised by 8 a.m. by the time they wake up, the email has been responded to. That is something that is not common in most other universities around the country. I was a dean for some time at the University of as a local university or one of our federal universities. And tell you, it wasn't easy to get my faculty to open up and help students at odd times. That is something that I believe that we add to the value of your investment in your wards or your children. So we're grateful that we're having this opportunity, not just to present a little bit of what AUN can offer. We also use this opportunity to extend that invitation. It's best to see it yourself. Whenever you have the time, please don't hesitate, because I can run my mouth all day. The seeing is believing. And every parent that we've met who have visited this campus lives with very complete, different, heightened expectations.
Thank you so much, sir. So, any questions? Okay. So, thank you, Professor Leo, for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Ibrahim. Thank you, Ms. Anu.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you, most of all, our dear parents and prospective students. We look forward to hearing from you. And just so you know, this is the first virtual open house we're having for today. Today is the first one, and we'll continue tomorrow and up until next week with our remaining schools. We'll have the School of Law, we'll have the School of Arts and Sciences, we'll have the School of Engineering, and then we'll have the School of Information Technology and Computing. So we'll very much love for you to join us so you can get all the information you need. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chris.